Hello everyone. Now in this video what we will do is we will see how to create some different stairs types. So I'll open the example file. So let's go to our second floor. If you have to insert a different type of stair, go to stair by, let's say, component. When you click on it, initially we modeled regular stairs, which is straight flight. If you want a helicoidal, so something which is center end spiral, click on it. Make sure your base level is and the top level is correct. In this case, it is second floor is the base level and top level is roof, because we know that there is not sufficient height. I'm giving a top offset of 5 feet just to make sure that we have a sizable stair to look at. Once you do that, see what message is appearing here. It is asking you to click and enter the run center. So that is the center of this helicoidal stairs. So let's say if you want our center to be here, and I'm just making it hypothetically. So click here. Once you do that, you have to always specify the radius. So make sure if you want to start this stair from this line, you use this direction to specify the radius. If you want this stair to start from here, from this horizontal line, you specify your radius here. If you want to use some other angle as a starting line, specify your radius on that angle. Let's say from this horizontal line, and let's say this is the radius that I want. So this is the radius I want. All I do is I take my mouse and I move, and when it finishes, when it reaches the level, I click here and it creates these stairs. So I can say finish edit mode and it creates the stairs. So let's go in 3D view and visualize that. So you see here, it has created a helicoidal staircase. Now let's create another type of stairs. Let's go back to second floor. Let's create a full spiral stairs. So to do that, let's go to architecture, stair by component. Click on full step spiral. Make sure your isentrates are matching the way you want. Make sure the base level is right, top level is right. Let's give an offset to 5 feet. Before you do anything, make sure your location line is correct. So let's say if you know that this stair spirals around a 4-inch diameter, or let's say 8-inch diameter or 6-inch diameter pole, in that case, I would prefer to keep my location line, let's say at run left. So let's select run left. In that case, what it does is it lets you give the diameter of the inner circle of the full spiral. So what is asking right now is to enter spiral and center. So click. Let's say you want your center of the spiral here. And you see, you can now specify the radius of inner circle. Why? Because you choose run left. Okay. What if I select run right? So go here and select run right. And you see, if I go here and click here, see, it's not giving me an option. Why? Because we know that within 1 foot of exterior radius, it cannot create that stair. So we have to go further, and now it's creating that. So you see that when it is run right, I can specify the outer diameter of the spiral stairs. I can also keep it to run center. So let's select that. If I keep it run center, it's the same thing. I can click on the center, the spiral center, and as you see, the dimension that I will be specifying, or dimension that will be showing up here, will be the center, the central radius of the flight. So the best way to do this is to always keep run left. Why? Because it lets you keep the inner diameter of the pole around which it will be spiraling the way you want it. So let's click here, let's click the center, and let's say you want this pole to be 6-inch diameter, so just type in 3-inch radius, so 3 inches, click enter, and now what it did is it created a 6-inch pole, a 6-inch inner radius, and it actually created a spiral. Click on OK, and it has created a spiral staircase, as you can see here. We can also make stairs by sketching the boundary. So let's go to second floor, and this time let's go to stair by sketch, and there's one option, it's called boundary. So what we can do is we can draw the boundary and then we can draw the riser. So let's click on boundary and let's draw a boundary. So let's say if you want to draw a stair in a particular shape, so you can always draw its boundary. So let's say you want to draw it this way. So that's your one boundary, and then maybe you want to pick a line at 3 feet if that is your flight. So I'll pick a line at 3 feet, and I want to keep a gap between the two flight as 4 inches. I click on that and I select this line, and then I create 3 feet of return flight of stairs like this. So what I did is I drew a boundary of the flight. So I want my flight to go up like this, and there's a landing, and then it turns back. Now let's draw the landing. So if you want a landing, let's first complete this, and then we can go back and draw the shape of the landing. And let's say you want a landing like this. Okay, so it's a semicircular landing. Oh, actually we can delete this part right here. So now we drew the boundary. Now what we need to draw is the riser. So click on riser, click on the starting line. So this is the starting line, and then what you want is you want to draw, let's say your riser is 1 foot. So it's the second riser. You can also copy this. So click on copy. Click, this is what you want to copy. Say finish selection. Make sure the multiple is checked. Click here, the base point, and just keep on placing those risers. So if you have different shapes of riser, if your riser's shape is changing with the flight, you can always use this option to draw the shape of the riser. Once you do that, you can actually mirror these to show up on this side. So I wanted to click here and then press Ctrl and click all these elements that you want to mirror. Click on this mirror draw axis. So click here, and you want to draw from the midpoint till here. Click there, and it mirrors all those risers that you just drew. Once that is done, all you have to do is click OK, finish edit mode. And I know that because we never actually counted how many risers we need. We just drew it. So it's saying that the actual number of risers is different than the desired number of risers. So that's okay for now. But when you'll be actually using this type, you will be knowing how many exactly number of risers you will need, and you will draw accordingly. So this is how you create a stair using this boundary option. So you can, let me go back and check this to shade it, so we're not using a lot of RAM. And now you can actually orbit around and see that this is the stairs that you have drawn. Let's go back to second floor. Let's say I have a stair, and let me draw a stair here just to explain you this type. So let's go to stairs, stair by component, and let's draw a stair going from second floor, with straight flight stairs. So if I draw, let's say run left, so if I'm drawing a stair like this, and I want this flight to stop right here, I click here, and then I go to the next desired location, and then I want this flight to continue from there. Okay, so if I do that, and if I click here, it automatically creates a landing. So what I did, I drew what I want in terms of flight and how many rises I want on this flight, and then I went to the next flight where I want it to start and drew those traits. And what it did, it connected those two flights using a landing. Now sometimes you don't want this landing like this, so you want to change its shape. So in that case, what you want is you zoom in and hover your mouse. When the landing is highlighted, click on it, and what you need to do is you need to convert it. Okay, convert to sketch based. Now there's another option here. Once the landing is selected, you can use flip. So what it does, right now your stair is climbing up like from here and going up this way. If you want to flip, if you click on flip, what it does, it changes direction. So you can do that. So I just wanted to highlight that option. So let's flip it back. So select the landing if you want to change its shape and say convert to sketch based. When you click on it, it's going to tell you that it's going to give you a warning that it's irreversible, and that's fine. Close it, and now you can sketch this landing. So click on edit sketch. Now you can see that now you can edit this. So let's delete this. If you want to, let's say you want to give curvature to the landing. So like this, let's say you want to give a curvature like this, you can do this. Okay, once this is done, click OK. And what it does is, you can see it in 3D, that it creates a landing in a desired shape. Let's go ahead and finalize this, and it creates a stair with a desired landing shape that you want. So these are different ways in which you can draw stairs. Thanks for watching.